your boy Boss. Yeah. So like we already talked about yesterday, man, we had a really good show yesterday. We had 566 likes, man. God, that's a lot for us, man. We only got close to 6,000 people as subscribers, so to have that many, we know what y'all saying, basically. Y'all basically saying we
run it up.
On that Kellen Moore thing. But we gonna kind of bring you the other side of this too. So of course,
another one.
Bring real back. He be speaking his mind. That boy with the shit.
Yeah, man. So we gotta have a full day of content, plus more and more content, plus more and more content.
Run it up.
Yeah. But it's not content that's trying to get likes. It's content that's doing what we always do, and what we always focusing on. We focusing on trying to win.
Run it up.
Huh.
Yeah. So we gonna be dealing with like all the things that's gonna put us in a better position, and we gonna be dealing with the updates and the recent news that's going on. So today we gonna talk about, which is what I didn't talk about yesterday, is the most important thing I forgot to talk about. Where we saying be Mike McCarthy the leader and never Kellen Moore the yes man. And then we gonna deal with Doug Nussmeier out. Alright, so we gonna talk about all of that. We gonna put it all together. We gonna improve as a fan base. We gonna improve as a combined corporate voice, meaning we gonna learn how to allow our voices to come together to make massive change and good change for the organization. We gonna do all the things that we gotta do to win seats. So let's go. I'll be right back. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah, man. Can't wait to talk about this one. This gonna be another good one, y'all. Be Mike McCarthy and never the yes man Kellen Moore. Yes, indeed. Let's go. Y'all get up in here. Get up in here. Again, man, I'm surprised. Boy, y'all showed a lot of love yesterday. I was like, God dog, let's go. Let's go. Come on. Get in here. Yeah. Let's go. All right. Let's go, man. Get y'all butts up in here. Welcome to Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters. And today, obviously, we got some more breaking news. We got some more that's going on around Cowboy Nation. And it's some things I forgot to talk about that's very important from our show even yesterday. So yesterday we had a great show. We had a lot of people in the building. I think we almost got to 600 live, which is a lot for us, which is saying we're going in the right direction. We had, but a lot of people came in and y'all really loved that live show. I mean, y'all really showed up and showed out. But it was some details that I left out. One major detail that I left out. And sometimes you kind of think about shows after you finish a show and you say, damn, you left off something that was very important. So it causes, obviously us to go back and sometimes fit it into new shows. So we go kind of finish on that, but then we go get into what's breaking today with Doug being out, and we go talk about it. So first, let me pull up y'all comments real quick. Let me just see what y'all talking about. My boy Tyrone Church say wee woo. Yeah, that wee woo is out, bro. It's out and it's everywhere. So we got Lord in the building. My boy D.A. Lee Keystone say yurt. Lord John O, I see you in the building, big homie. Then Michael Lockhart, he say what's up, boss. Then them KJs, he in the building. What's going on? OG Mac 06, I see you in the building. Eli T Smooth. So I want to get into this because this is going to kind of cover what we've been talking about. We want to talk about anyway, which is the exit interviews for a lot of these coaches. We started from the top. Remember, we graded Stephen Jones. We graded Jerry. We graded Will McClay. Then we graded all the main coaches. So we graded Mike McCarthy, Dan Quinn, and then we graded Kellen Moore. So we do got to get to obviously special teams, which we go get around to, but sometimes as stuff break, it's better for us to kind of skip and go ahead and get into the exit interviews and kind of breaking down certain coaches and how they perform. So we all know, now listen, we all know Doug is out, right? And Doug was the quarterback's coach. And some people say, man, what Doug do? So if I'm being consistent, all right, I want y'all to hear me out. If I'm being consistent, I always say you judge a player by their individual performance and you judge a coach by the group's performance. And so I've been watching Doug for a while. I'm being all the way honest. I've been watching Doug for a while. And Doug, from a career standpoint, is and was tracking how you want a coach to track, especially one that's maybe trying to be a potential head coach one day. He was tracking perfectly what you want, where he's moving around. He's the tight ends coach. He's the quarterbacks coach. Then he'll be the offensive line coach. He was a coach all over college. Like, he got a lot of experience dealing with men and especially being on the offensive side. But when I look close at Doug and I stayed consistent to the way that I grade coaches, I can tell you, and just being all the way honest, Doug was a massive failure everywhere he went. And I'm talking about with the Cowboys. So all you got to do is remember, under Jason Garrett, Doug was the tight ends coach. And you didn't see, in my opinion, with Doug, you didn't see a bunch of hard decisions. See, that's why we got to talk about like this right here. We talk about B. Mike McCarthy, the leader, and never Kellen Moore, the yes man, right? So, because you end up like Kellen Moore when you kind of placate to leadership. But looking at Doug, the tight end room when he was there was very womp womp. Very womp womp. So we had ballers. We had Schultz. We had Jarwin. We had Rico. We had some ballers. We had some dudes who could have made a difference. But Schultz never, ever, ever really took off until one thing happened. When we got Coach Wells. When we got Coach Wells, all of a sudden, you just saw the tight end room take off like a rocket. You saw it take off like a rocket. So even oh, so even when you had them young bulls get in this year, they all said what? It was not common to see young tight ends come in and just ball out the way that they did. So it's like, and to me, when you trying to, and I'm just keeping it real, when we trying to size up these coaches, and you look at the groups, and you say, what did the group do while you was the leader of the group? We all got to be honest and say, pretty much everywhere he went, the group went down. Witten could come back and get his job, no problem. Come on, Witten. Come on, have a seat. Yeah, Witten, you 88, but you can still take the developmental reps of Schultz. Yeah, Jason Witten, you 100, but hey, the front office like you, so we go still play you, Witten. See, that's that yes man stuff. That's that playing to what's popular instead of doing what's hard. Making the hard decisions. So when you compare that type of behavior from Doug and Kellen to Mike McCarthy, you can see in the long run why they had to go, and Mike McCarthy is still here. Yeah, and see, I'm just keeping it. Yeah, we got it from the Giants, and notice something about Wells. Did you ever notice that Ingram best years was when he was under Wells? Did anybody notice that? Did anybody go back and look Ingram's best years? Yeah. Here y'all, my boy, and we gonna talk about this. My boy, he say, but boss, Kellen Moore made a top 5 offense. Oh man, yeah, let them say it. The stat nerds, see, and I'm gonna tell you something. The stat nerds are real mad right now. It's a lot of stat nerds. They are upset. They are really crying right now at the loss of Kellen Moore. It's a lot of them, to be honest, was falling for the okie doke and the wee woo. I promise you, they was falling for it.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
They were falling for it. They was falling for the fool's gold of the number one offense. Listen, y'all. And y'all already know this, but listen. I'm going to say it for people who don't know. When it come down to, and I'm just keeping it real, when it come down to an offensive system, one of the main ways you know if it's an offensive system that's really worth its weight in gold is when you can run it interchangeably and you can still win. The fact that every time you try to insert a new quarterback into Kellen Moore's system, what happened? It was Womp Womp. So I'm gonna address this today. I'm gonna address this once, and I'm not gonna address this again. Okay? I'm not gonna talk about this again. I'm done with this. I'm gonna treat Kellen Moore like you're supposed to treat your ex. You're supposed to forget about him. All right? So Kellen Moore is now the OC of the Chargers. And you can see the mainstream media. Amp, you can come on in too, bro. If you got a second, you can come on in. I see Amp. Amp go come in. We will talk about it. Amp has some good stuff. I want to get Amp in yesterday, but I forgot. But Amp, if you can come on in the show, come on, bro. I want to talk ball with you, bro. But check this out. So Kellen Moore named LA Chargers OC. So I'm gonna talk about this one time. At the most, I'm gonna talk about this twice, but I ain't gonna talk about my ex no more after this. I'm gonna be done, all right, with this. This is the deal. It's a whole lot of people out there saying, oh, Kellen Moore's he's getting ready to work with Herbert, and Herbert is a better QB. All right, so I'm gonna tell you what's getting ready to happen. I'm gonna tell you You go hear it accurately here first. As a matter of fact, let me get my button ready. I gotta hit my button on this. Hold on. Let me hit my button first. I'm gonna go ahead and measure this.
It's a big thing for Boss Cowboy to actually say publicly that he drunk Kool-Aid. Listen, I do not drink Kool-Aid without first measuring.
Alright. So to measure this, alright, so this is what's getting ready to happen. Alright. You go hear it here first. You ain't gonna probably hear it nowhere else. You finna see Herbert interceptions go way up. Get ready. You finna see Herbert interceptions get way up. Because he's gonna go over there with that option route. Multiple people running option routes. And you go see real quick some frustration coming out of them dog receivers that they got over there. Do you really think Keenan Allen is gonna be cool with being used as a chess piece? Where instead of just beating balls with route running and elite route running and earning your targets, now he gonna be told there's no stars. Oh, my boy landlord said he said the same thing, bro. That's like, I hate that we even talking about our ex-landlord. I hate that. But we got to, because some of our fans are panicking and we gotta address it. So we gotta do landlord. We gotta address this stuff. But my boy landlord said, I said the same thing this morning. I'm gonna tell you something else getting ready to happen. Y'all go appreciate Dak more. Because y'all go see when he bring that system over to Herbert, you go see how smart Dak was. He getting ready to ask Herbert to do the exact same thing he asked of Dak. He gonna ask Herbert to read 4 people at the same time, all running multiple option routes, all based on the defense, all within 2.5 seconds. That's what you getting ready to see. You also go see this. You go see a lot of yards out of them. You go see a lot of yards. You go see some red zone issues. You go also see that they gonna have more injuries on their defense because Kellen Moore is going to keep them on the field. They will be on the field a lot. Yeah. And he is going to have a great fall. Kellen Moore, he's going to have a great fall. He likely will, within a year, at the most 2, he will be coaching in college. The only way Kellen Moore will still be in the league is if he truly becomes like Shanahan. Because see, Shanahan was a pass happy OC too with Atlanta. Yeah. And mark this down, what I'm telling you. Mark everything down. I'm telling you. This is getting ready to happen. But see, Shanahan was also a pass happy OC. See, remember in 2016, Matt Ryan was the MVP. Y'all remember that? That was on the Shanahan offense in Atlanta. And he was throwing the rock all over the place. They was averaging crazily almost 40 points. They was rocking. Then they ran up in the Super Bowl. And they was winning 28-3. Shanahan was still throwing that ball, which then allowed the Patriots to come back. He did not control the clock. He did not try to milk the clock. He stayed aggressive with their offense, and they had one of the biggest chokes almost all time in Super Bowl history. So from falling on his face, guess what? Shanahan did adapt. He did change. And now you can't beat Shanahan at being committed to the run. You can't. He's by himself when it comes to leaning on the run game. So, but I don't think that's going to happen with Kellen. You know why? Because everybody over in Dallas was telling him in the media how great he was, how genius he was. He hasn't been truly humbled. He's actually been spoiled. He was a very much also a yes man. So what do you mean he was a yes man? Okay. Everybody with basic common sense knows that Amari helps your team. Everybody. Anybody with basic common sense know that you should feed the ball to your top playmaker, which last year was Amari Cooper and Pollard, right? You could say Zeke, you could say Lamb, but you could say those four. You can mix up those four, especially last year, okay? But we also know that Stephen Jones has been trying, even since Lanahan, he been trying to figure out a way to go cheaper with system offense. It's specifically called No ID. Shout out to Jake Tuck. So, but he been trying for a while to go cheaper. That's why we got rid of Dez and we went with Hearns, Thompson, Cole Beasley, and we stripped down those weapons because he had a vision, Stephen Jones did, of trying to get weapons to have a high-powered offense with less talent. So when Mike McCarthy came in the building, Mike McCarthy stood against that. And he literally said in press conferences, I want Amari to get the ball. And he talked about why. And he talked about the common sense reasons. He said, first, it gets our crowd involved. He said, we got a home field advantage anywhere we go because once you give him his first target, it lights up the crowd. And the first thing you hear is, Coop. He knew the psychological and crowd advantage to Amari Cooper. But guess who didn't? Kellen. Guess who? Yeah. And they justified under targeting a guy that if he did anything, he got your crowd involved. What's the big deal of the crowd? See, when you get your crowd involved, it makes it harder for the opposing team to communicate. You're going to have to explain common sense Moneyball philosophy. Explain what you mean by Moneyball philosophy. And I'm gonna try to see if my phone's working today. I'm gonna open up the call lines. But looking at Mike McCarthy, see Mike McCarthy when he came in, I want everybody to know that he was always willing to push back at them Joneses for the overall bigger picture, which was to win. So let me say something real quick, and then I'm gonna come back to this presentation. Let me first, I'm gonna open up the call lines real quick. Let me try to see if these, because they supposed to fix my phones. Let me see if these phones working. Let's test it real quick. Y'all help me out real quick. Let me display the number, see if the phone's working. So y'all get the phones a test, man. Let me see if these phones working. I got 210-940-9064. Y'all let me know. Somebody try to call in real quick, because I got some missed calls up in here, which is crazy. I got missed calls, but y'all should be able to call in here fresh. So I'm looking, I don't see the phone ringing, but okay. But this is the deal, and this is what I was gonna say that's super important, right? Some people don't understand why I'm the way that I am and why the OC is the way that he is. Okay. I'm the way that I am. I can speak for me, not speaking for the OC, but I can speak for me. Okay, I got you, common sense. I got you. That's a good thought. And we're gonna talk about that's a good thought. So what happened, I was at the University of Houston, And while I was at the University of Houston, I was in 2 programs, which was basically the elite programs of the business school. All right, so I was in the entrepreneurship program, and only 2% of people in the business school would get elected into that program. So I was in that program. I was also in the sales program, right? And so in the sales program, which is the same thing, it was exclusive. They only allowed 40 people in a year. So I was able to get into both of those programs, right? So I'm in the entrepreneurship program and the sales program, and in those programs you meet a lot of billionaires, you meet a lot of owners and GMs, because you had to cross sell to them. Hey, my boy Gerard Daniels, because my boy Gerard Daniels was actually in the entrepreneurship program with me. So my boy, he in the building, he said he ain't lying. Yeah, me and my boy Gerard Daniels was classmates in the entrepreneurship program. So we sitting in the program, and we used to always have guest speakers every week, right? So it's a bunch of owners, millionaires, billionaires, all that kind of stuff. And you hear things that change you. Gerard, tell me if you remember this. We had the owner of Davari come in, right? So this is the software company. And he said something that I never forgot. He said, real leaders want confrontation, and they want people to tell them the truth. I was like, okay. Thinking to myself, I said, all right, okay. And then he said, okay, let me say it like this. He said, the first people that I fired. Okay, the phone's ringing. Boss Cowboy Sports.
What's going on, boss?
Oh, the phones are working. It is over. Hey, bro, let me make this point and call right back, all right?
All right.
All right. Ooh, it's over. The phones are working. Yeah. And Gerard, this is my brother. This is my brother. He said, yes, we have a high level perspective. See, and I remember the first time we got inducted into that program. You remember what Dr. Sherrill told us? He said, when y'all graduate, he said, every one of y'all will be consultants. He said, every one of y'all. You remember that? He said, what y'all gonna learn is y'all gonna learn how to look at companies from a top level perspective. You remember that, Gerard? That's crazy that you're in this show right now while I'm talking about this. This is cool. But that's exactly what he said. He said, 1, 2. Yeah, he said all of y'all go have a higher level perspective. Y'all go look at organizations from the top down. You remember he said that? But then, so we was talking to the CEO of this software company, and he said the first people I fired. He said the first people that I fired are the people that watch us make a mistake and say after the mistake, I knew it. Ooh. He say the first people that I fire. He say the people that watch us make a mistake, watch us walk right into it and say nothing. Ooh. So, from a billionaire perspective, this is why Mike McCarthy made it and Kellen Moore did not. Because Mike McCarthy was telling him the whole time, we need Amari. We need Amari. What was Kellen Moore saying? We don't need Amari. We just need my system. So they let it play out. And sadly, and at first, and this is the truth, at first, especially last year, the person who had the clear upper hand was Kellen Moore. Yeah, Kellen Moore had the upper hand. He basically had full control of the offense. Mike McCarthy basically had to only try to influence the best he can Kellen. That's why last year he was saying stuff like, I hope we target Amari. And we would say on this show, you the head coach. Why you hoping? I thought you kind of dictated the direction of the offense. You don't? You don't? Yeah, he did not. He did not. And so then over the offseason, if y'all remember, I showed y'all this. Remember, Bobby Bell came out and they start saying that Jerry and them wanted to know, what do you do? What exactly do you even do, Mike McCarthy? Ooh, I'm talking about they took a public shot. A public shot. What do you do?
Oh, hell no.
You the head coach, but what do you even do? That's what kind of heat Mike McCarthy was under. They was basically saying, we see Kellen Moore running this offense, but what about you is special? Because actually we think we can replace you. We think we can get rid of you for Dan Quinn, or we think we can just promote Kellen Moore and keep going. And that's when you started to hear the whispers coming out where Mike McCarthy began to differentiate himself. That's the first time Coach Marv sent me an article saying, he said, boss, look, Mike McCarthy coming out talking about the style of offense. I said, send it to the coach. Coach sent me the article. And I'm reading the article and they start talking about how Mike McCarthy wants to run a West Coast style offense with the vision of having CeeDee Lamb used like Jerry Rice as the Z receiver. A total contradiction to what Kellen Moore was saying when Kellen Moore was basically saying there's no stars in the offense. A total contradiction. And that's when I saw right then, I said, uh-oh, this is a war. This is an internal war. But what was happening is Mike McCarthy, though, this is the difference, though. Mike McCarthy was selling and fighting for what was smart and the best way to win. Kellen Moore was being a yes man. He was being a yes man. So if they wanted to hear, hey, we can do more with less, Kellen Moore was like, we don't need Amari. Mike McCarthy was like, we do need Amari. Yeah. Stargazer, that was super disrespectful how they said, what do you do? But see, y'all know I kept up with this whole soap opera. I kept up with the whole thing. I kept up with it every week. I did not lose 1 week of keeping up with this. So I could tell you exactly what happened. Mike McCarthy was starting to kind of win his point of view after the loss to San Fran last year, because you could hear Jerry and Steven starting to speak like they was hearing from the Hall of Famers. You start hearing them in the offseason saying we need to be more physical. We didn't really control the ball versus San Francisco. You could hear them echoing the words of Mike McCarthy. You could hear it. But then as we got closer to the season, you could also start hearing Kellen Moore was regaining his power. Because remember, and I showed this, Will McClay came out and he was saying, our offense doesn't have any stars. What's up, Michael? Good to see you, brother. And when I heard that, when he started saying our offense don't have stars, I knew that they was getting ready to roll out again to Kellen Moore's no identity offense. That's what happened. And so you start seeing them leaving the clues going into the season that Kellen Moore was getting ready to get his way again with the offense, because that's who they was believing in. They wanted to go with a system over playmakers. That's what they wanted. They wanted to go with a way to where we could still be competitive, win a lot of games, maybe even compete for a championship, but they wanted to get the advantage. They wanted to, what's up, West Coast? They wanted to get the advantage of being able to save cap space by not paying for weapons. So the best thing that happened, as we kind of really talking about the truth of what happened, we played Tampa. And when we played Tampa game 1, the best thing that happened, period, the best thing that happened was it was a womp womp on Kellen Moore's no identity offense. It was a womp womp. It fell right on his head. It was actually the best thing that could happen, because guess what that did? Then Devin White came out and he gave the sound clip of the year. He said, and he had his head up when he said it. Y'all remember? He said, we knew they wasn't gonna commit to the running game. He said, he had his head up. He said, we knew they wasn't gonna commit. Now, think about how lame we look and how lame we sound. So all off season, you could hear, all you heard was, yeah, the Dallas Cowboys learned from San Francisco that we was going to be more physical. The Dallas Cowboys is going to commit to the run game. My boy West Coast, he in the building. What's up, West? He was out there at training camp and he was like, boss, it looked like they, running in a lot of tight end plays. I'm thinking this year they probably gonna run the ball more, right? Yeah, and so, so we all thinking, oh, for sure we finna run the ball. And then game 1, Dak throw the ball 40 plus times. We abandoned Zeke, who was averaging 5.5 on the ground. And then on top of that, Devin White came and blessed us. That boy put his chest out and his head up and said, we knew they wasn't gonna do it. Ooh, do you know how whack we look? Boy, we look. I'm talking wet fart. Wet fart. Hold on. Here we go. Ooh, so Devin White basically said, all that offseason talking y'all was doing, we knew y'all wasn't gonna do it. Oh, but guess what? That opened the door for Mike McCarthy to get his way. And so you saw right after that, we started to run the ball with Cooper Rush. And when we started to run with the ball with Cooper Rush, we start having big wins. That's what happened. Yeah, we started having big wins. Nobody just really thought that Cooper Rush was going to be the quarterback to be the person that actually got us through the Bengals. Nobody really thought that was going to happen, but it happened. Nobody knew that it was going to be Cooper Rush that was going to go against the Super Bowl champs at the time, the Rams. And
run it up.
Yeah, and that was under Mike McCarthy. And see, that's what really gave Mike McCarthy his superpowers, where he was basically being a leader. He was saying, listen, I know y'all like Kellen, but if y'all want to win, Jerry, let's get behind Pollard and Zeke. Kellen Moore was still selling them on, we can do it by passing the ball and spreading the ball around. And the person who was telling the truth was Mike McCarthy. And so right when we went on that run with Cooper Rush, Mike McCarthy came out and tried to establish the true identity of the Dallas Cowboys. He tried to help Kellen. He basically was like, Kellen, rock with me on this. Rock with me, son. Rock with me. Because then he said after this, listen.
Like a running game, the mix between Tony and Zeke, 13 carries for Zeke, Tony, and 15 for Zeke. Is that kind of what you want?
Oh, I think it's a winning formula. I think it's, really stems off what, we just talked about. It's, you got two guys that are future players.
Who was he talking about? Who did he say was feature players? Who did he try to get our identity to be? So hold on, Austin Eckler ain't about to stiff that ball like he usually do. No, he not. Yeah, and see, in Star, he really tried. Mike tried to help him. He did. He told him, bro, get behind me, Kellen. I'm telling you, ride with me, Kellen. He told him, what's gonna get us over, bro, is we got to get behind them two boys. Listen to it again. Listen.
And the mix between Tony and Zeke, 13 carries for Zeke, Tony, and 15 for Zeke, is that kind of what you want?
Oh, I think it's a winning formula. I think it's, really stems off what, we just talked about. It's, you got two guys that are future players. They need to touch the ball. Whether we throw it to them, pitch it to them, hand it to them.
See, the beautiful thing about that is even with that, he wasn't tying Kellen Moore's hand. He just wanted them to get 30 touches, but he didn't care how they got it. He didn't care how Kellen did it. He was like, bruh, you can do it however you want to do it. Mix it up how you want to. Mix it, dog. Mix it, bruh. Do whatever you need to do, but get them balls they touches. You can throw it to them. You can pitch it to them. You can hand it to them. I don't care what you do. Just give them the ball.
It's Mr. Nasty time.
Yeah. Hold on real quick. We got us another super chat. Coach Marv in the building. He said, Boss, McCarthy also knew that the players were losing the confidence in the direction of how Kellen's offers did not help the Stars do better. He said, I think Kellen really lost the locker room. And I agree with that, Coach Marv. So let me talk about what Coach Marv talking about. So remember when they fired Scott Linehan, the thing that got Scott Linehan out of there more than anything was when they went and talked to the players, Coach. Yeah. See, because people thought we was tripping, Coach Marv, when Zach Martin looked over at the sideline and said, "Run the damn ball." You remember that? So when Zach Martin, who is never animated, turns to and then we were saying on Twitter, who was he talking about? Oh, they go. Oh, the people that hate Dak go say he was talking to Dak. No, bruh. He was talking to the play caller. Yeah, Coach. Good super chat on that. So, but this is going to because see a lot of people they confused. They looking at what's going on and they thinking, oh, we let Kellen go. No, Kellen needed to go. And we're going to be better without Kellen. We're going to be way better without Kellen. See, and I'm explaining why. But I'm also saying what we shouldn't even be as fans. Because, see, we can get like this as fans, too. To where we don't have courage to talk about what we really see going on. Sometimes we get bullied. We get bullied into others' opinions. And when we get bullied and we start speaking like the crowd, our voice becomes watered down and ineffective. So, and let me just explain this. So yesterday we got over 560 likes. We had over 600, 700 people, something like that, watching us live. For the size of this channel, that is big. That's exponentially big. For us to be this size but have that many people watching, that said that a lot of people was watching us from a distance. That's what was happening. Because I'm gonna be honest, it took courage for every and anybody that spoke out on Kellen Moore. It took courage. I personally sent West Coast a thank you for standing out to beat the drum against Kellen Moore. I personally did that yesterday. I personally sent Jay Tuck a thank you personally to him because he stood against the #1 offense. I personally sent Skywalker a text. Bro, thank you. Because I know that wasn't easy. See, because you got to understand, when you talking against Kellen, we sounded to some like we was crazy. And we not crazy at all. But it sounded crazy to be actually going against the number one offense. But when you really look at the details, you see it was in the best interest. If we trying to win in big games, we had to put our brands on the line for what was right. We did. But just like Mike McCarthy, we go get the reward. Because just like it was over 500 and 600 people watching us live, when you stand for what's the right thing to do versus going with what's popular, eventually the crowd is going to catch up to you. And when they catch up, they going to say, you know what, bro? I appreciate y'all standing. I appreciate y'all putting y'all 10 toes down for what needed to be said in order for us to improve. Yeah. You know, so it does take courage, because see, you got to understand, all of us want to grow. I want to grow. Tuck wants to grow. Okay? West Coast wants to grow. Sky wants to grow. And when we are speaking against what's a divided narrative, we slow our growth down. I want y'all to understand that. And we know it sometimes walking into some of these debates. I knew when I was saying Steele was better than Lael. I knew. Oh, I knew me and the OC was going to hurt. Ooh, I knew it. I knew when we was speaking against Kellen. I knew it. I said, boy, some fans ain't gonna like this. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, you know it. But just like Mike McCarthy, we all of us, we all got to get used to sometimes forsaking, can I say it like this? The wrong crowd. All of us got to get used to sometimes standing alone for truth. See, because some of y'all might be of different faiths, right? Some of y'all are of no faiths at all, meaning you don't subscribe to any style of religion. I'm a Christian, all right? I put my faith in Jesus Christ. That's my faith, okay? I do recognize that Jesus was also a man of color, so you ain't gonna tell me nothing about that I don't know. I get it. I get all of that. But this is the deal. Whether you subscribe or not to the faith, I'm gonna tell you the story of Christ, bro. Just a little bit. I want y'all to know that Christ was actually crucified because of the crowd. Hold on, Amp. I thought I heard somebody. All right, anyway, I thought I heard somebody. We got some super chat. My boy West Coast say, folks who think Moore wasn't the problem, how many points you think K Moore Chargers score on Dan Quinn? Right. Right. On Dan Quinn Cowboys defense. Ooh, I put money that Dan Quinn is gonna swallow that dude. So check this out. Yeah, I put. Ooh, Wes, I'm standing with you on that, Wes. We gonna come up on these we gonna come up on these Cowboy fans, these hater Cowboy fans. I'm gonna come up. I'm gonna make so much money. But let's talk about this though real quick. Christ was crucified because of the crowd. Yeah, and Pontius Pilate was playing to the crowd. Yeah, whether you religious or not, just know the story. That's the story of what happened. It's the crowd is why Christ was crucified. So I'm very leery of crowds. I just want to tell you right now, I don't just go with it because the crowd is saying it, not me. I don't do that. Especially now that we in draft season, I'm gonna tell you right now what's gonna happen with draft season, because it happens every year. It's gonna be some players they already popular, and they're gonna take off in their popularity. They're gonna take off, and then somebody like Keystone or myself, we go find somebody that's playing just as good, got just as good film against the same type of competition, and we go try to raise them up and say, hey, I think this guy's supposed to be talked about as good. But you guess what's gonna happen? They go try to bully us because this guy is already popular. Oh, boss, you mean to tell me you're gonna put this guy over XY? Yeah. Oh, boss, what you mean? What was his name? Cal Pitts is not generational, bro. I was like, bro, okay, Cal Pitts is a good prospect, but to act like we have not seen his type fail greatly before was a major reach. And I was always saying it. I was not going with the Cal Pitts crowd. It's like, yeah, I got him around top 10, but number 1 overall, y'all smoking. But if you said that, then people tried to bully you. And that's what I'm saying. All of us, in my opinion, we got to learn, honestly, to be like Mike McCarthy. I mean that, to where you put your 10 toes down after you've done your research and you convinced with the real. I ain't talking about fake research, because some of y'all do fake research. Y'all will say stuff like, I'm telling you, Dak is not good. I've been a Cowboy fan since 1975. And bro, because you older don't mean that you know the game, bro. I've been watching the Cowboys. It's like, bro, like, okay, how do you actually break down the game? That's what I want to know. Oh, I just sit back and I watch it from television. So that means you're disqualified, dog. Because you can't break down quarterbacks from the television view. You can't. It's impossible. You gotta have an all-22 to break down a quarterback. You can't break down a receiver and safeties and corners from television, because the ball doesn't show that action on television. So the fact that you even told me that you don't have no way of looking at the all-22, really, you shouldn't even have an opinion. Sit down. Sit down. So I'm talking about after you do real research, though. I'm talking about, like, because I ain't interested in, oh, Kelvin Josephs can't play. How do you know, bro? I want to really know, how do you know? I just have a feeling. Sit down, bro. Sit down. Dak is not good. Dak is average. Well, how do you know? Well, I've been a fan since 1931. Man, sit down. Joe, yeah, right. Check this out. My boy Joe Cal said it, because we see stuff like this all the time. Come on, boss. Dak sucks. I've been watching since 1960.
Another one.
Oh yeah, yeah, I do. Yeah, I was wrong on Patrick Surtain. That's the person I got it wrong on. I got it wrong on Patrick. I ain't think Patrick will be as good as he is on the league. I owe you steak, dog. I do. When I go to Houston, dog, me and you go eat steak on that, because I did say Patrick wasn't gonna be. I put Patrick around 15, my first round. But anyway, but going back to this, I think, and obviously I don't know this for sure, but I just wanted to do this show because all of us, in my opinion, need to be more like Mike, to where we have to be open to have confrontation when you see the crowd going in the wrong direction. That's why I got major respect for my boy West Coast. West Coast was going against Kellen Moore when I ain't gonna lie, I was low key looking at my boy West Coast like, bro, you tripping, bro. I was. He was saying on Twitter, man, Kellen Moore is not genius, boss. I was like, bro, you tripping. We got the number one offense. What are you talking about? We got Gallup, Amari, CeeDee Lamb, and Cedric Wilson. And my boy West Coast was like, no. But that's why I got respect for him, because he was all the way against the crowd. He was. And my boy West was doing it when Kellen Moore was extremely popular. And see, that's what made me have respect for some of these content boys, man. When I know you put your personal growth on the line for what's true, man, I got respect for you. Blackwell say, and fans, just because we got our way, don't let it keep liking, super chatting, and sharing and tagging. That's true, bro. I feel that. Because we need to keep being louder. They heard our voices. Exactly. So I'm going to take some calls real quick. I'm going to call you, B-Bird. I see I just missed your call, B-Bird. I'm going to take a couple of calls and then I'm going to get ready for the next show. Now, we got us some fire content that's coming. Y'all got to come back. All right. I'm going to take some calls. I'm going to call B-Bird first. It's good to see that we got our phones back on. Don't call yet, because I'm going to turn the phones on in a second. But just check this out. We got some fire content that's coming. So first of all, the OC just dropped a video. And you know the OC, he's another one that don't go with crowds. Like, remember when the whole Dallas Cowboy community was hating on Tyler Smith? It was only pretty much a few cats that was standing flat-footed that Tyler Smith was a good pick. And the OC was definitely one of them. He was almost by himself, and he was
run it up.
So we know that the OC is gonna speak his mind. You can trust that. Whether you agree or not, you can trust he's gonna speak his mind. So he came out and he said, "Are the Eagles better at team building than the Dallas Cowboys?"
Bringing real back. He be speaking his mind. That boy with the shit.
So I listened to it and I called him and we started to talk. Hear me out. And when we started to talk, I said, "Uh-oh, I don't agree with you, dog." I don't agree. I said, "All right, so this is what we gonna do. We gonna debate this live, big dog. We gonna debate this out." So we got coming up a debate with me versus the OC. And the question is, who builds teams better? Will McClay or Howie Roseman? This is gonna be a true fight between Boss Cowboy versus the OC. This is gonna be fire, dog. Cause see, I respect the OC's mind. I respect the OC, bro. I would never fight the OC without my best game. You hear me? Cause the OC will put you in the ground. If you try to come weak at the OC, boy, I'm telling you, you better get your game up. Cause this dude don't play with nobody. So at 8 o'clock tonight, me and him already got it lined up that we finna fight this thing on now. But see, when we fight, it's never about fighting for entertainment. We really just want, at the end of the day, the truth to be first. That's the style of our fight. It was one thing that the OC and I committed to day one when we started doing this. We said the best idea will always win between me and you. And we shook hands on that, and we've kept that commitment from day one. That even though we fight, and even though we push this button often, at the end of the day, it's always gonna be, what's the best idea? What is the best idea? All right, we're taking a call real quick. BossCowboySports.
What's going on, boss?
What's up, Coach?
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, man. I got a couple of things I want to say about this breakup, man. One, it was needed, right? And as in my super chat, I really felt that McCarthy knew, as we talked about last year, when we talked about last year on occasion, I said when it looked like the players when times got rough, that they were really stagnant. You see a look of confusion, and your sideline didn't know how to get them out and get them back on rhythm. We had those same instances a lot in some parts of this season, and I really believe if you go back to what the Cooper statement, you cannot tell me Cooper that he was a leader on that team, that you didn't have that same feeling of the direction of the offense not permeate through that team. If you look back at all the comments about the identity and all the comments from the Zach Martins, the Ezekiel Elliott, the Tony Pollard from the sideline shows, all those things talking about our identity. Even looking at the comment Mike Parson made about something about a stupid play. And sometimes when you start losing the confidence in the direction of a coordinator not putting you in the best place for you to be successful, and for you all to be successful, from the stars all the way through the guys that can help you here and there, and you start putting them in bad situations or not even putting them in situations at all, you lose the confidence, and the offense needs to go in a new direction, because nothing will work because the team doesn't have the confidence in the offense, and you definitely need that, and that's what you see on defense, that they all bought in.
Yeah.
So I think McCarthy knew that. I think McCarthy also knew that this offense had to be more complementary to the defense.
Yep.
And I think the relationship between Quinn and Mike McCarthy and their being veteran coaches now can these guys are playing put a plan together where our offense will help our defense as well as our defense will help our offense.
Yes. Right. Yes.
So that's I think one, and I think as you said before, and I think the Joneses heard that, because let's be realistic. When you have Hall of Famers, players, they look at Hall of Famers. These young guys look at Hall of Famers, and when they hear some of the things that the Hall of Famers were saying about the structure of this offense, not the stats per se, but the structure is what makes it good when it gets tough.
Right.
And the structure was off. The identity, anything you need to have an identity. And people know in life, boss, everybody should know this in life. If you have no identity, you don't know who you are. You are destined for failure in the most crucial times. So that's where we want to make the game easier for this quarterback as well as these players. And I think one thing that the Joneses found out that with their decision on yesterday is, I believe that they were, I hate to say it like this, they were pimping backwards, because you gave Dan Quinn less money, no big free agents. This defense has no big free agents. It has some draft picks, but you only have 2 first-round draft picks that's playing on this defense. The rest of this defense is either second round or later draft picks, and you got maximum production out of it. And you are finding out that you have to continue to add great players and trade and get star wide receivers and get this and that, just to help your offensive coordinator get to the production in crucial situations to override his philosophy.
Yeah. And
that is expensive. So now Mike McCarthy has it, and now is the time for him to this is his team now. Because I believe he's the guy in the building now that will be able to, that said he hired all his coordinators, and now he can say, I can put my stamp on this team for what it is. So that's a good thing, and that's a good way, good moving on into the leadership and into a point where we can just have a chance to sit back and see where the direction of this football team going. And as always, boss, our voice does matter.
Yeah.
And people need us to stand on that wall. They want us on that wall. Mm-hmm. They need us to stand on that wall, because we don't stand on that wall with our voices and our opinions right or wrong, we can't sit back and say we get mad about the outcome if we didn't voice our opinions or try to get our opinion into the atmosphere.
Right. Yeah. Well said.
Yeah. So
well
great
said.
job, boss man. I'll be listening to y'all fight, man. But I'm on your side on that. The Cowboys way of building. Philadelphia just caught lightning in the bottle. That's all that is.
Yeah, man. We got. Yeah. We don't talk about that.
It's not gonna last. That's just lightning in the bottle.
Right. It's gonna be an interesting fight tonight. I can't wait to have it. But thanks, Coach.
All right, brother.
This is the thing about Coach too, man. Like, you know, Coach definitely know your voice matter. Hold on, let's take a call. Boss Cowboy Sports.
Hey, what's up, boss? It's B-Bird.
What's up, B?
Not much. Hey, so great, move from Kellen. It was a long time coming. And I was laughing earlier today talking to Law. I said it had to be hard for the Joneses to let him go, man, because they didn't even say they fired him. They said it's mutual. And we both know it was a firing, so they just couldn't even bring themselves around and say it. So, with his son, it's like a kid to him. So
yeah,
I was calling you because I think the next thing that we should get on, man, is we got to get active early in free agency. Not none of this, Marshalls, Ross free agency. We need to be in there and get some sought after free agents and premium free agents. One of the things I know that we need is a wide receiver, and I'm not ready to play around in the drafts and hope somebody develops and this, that, and other. I think we got a 2-year window, man, but I think that we got to go for it. Hopkins, or if Diggs is available, a guy like that, a Paris CD. We talk about a dog guy too. Either one of those dudes, they're all about it, and I love their attitude. So we can get those guys. That'd be great, but we just got to get active. I mean, when it's been 12 years since we signed a premium free agent, which is Brandon Carr, that's ridiculous. And so we're not even trying to upgrade this team other than the draft and street free agents and trades and stuff like that. So we just got to get a little bit more active in that. I think that should be the next thing that we pick up as a community. That we got to start signing some guys, man, and we got to sign someone. I told Scott a stat the other day that after the first play of the second quarter, no other wide receiver in the San Francisco game other than CeeDee Lamb caught a ball. After the first play of the second quarter, it was CD or Schultz, and that's ridiculous. That's not all on Dak Prescott, man. Mm-hmm. And so what we got to do is we got to put guys around Dak Prescott for these next 2 years and go for it. Got to put chips in the middle of the table. I know the Jones is hard for them because they don't have to do that because their jobs don't rely on it. And so that's why they never put it in the middle of the table. But it's time for that to happen, man. If Jerry wants to win, it's time for them to put all the chips on the table and go for it right now. We got a quarterback in the prime, and we just need to get some weapons around. And everybody else added weapons in the offseason. We took away weapons.
Yeah.
And that's it, boss. I'm going to listen offline, man. I just want to call and just holler at you about that, bro.
I appreciate that, B-Bird.
All right.
All right, I'm so happy to see that these phones back working. Oh my God. Whew, the phone number up there, Queen. Here we go. Take another call. I just took another Boss Cup. Okay. Oh, okay, hold on. I'm gonna call you, Ant. Answer the phone, bro. Hey.
Hello?
Yeah. You live.
Hey, what's up, man? It's Hank calling in.
Yeah, what's up? You live, bro. What you got?
Hey, I wanted to say something as far as on with Moore. He got thrust into that position, and we had to deal with him growing in that position, in his early stages. But what happened, you put the whole team in jeopardy by doing that. So we watching this man's growing pains, but we wasting talent, we wasting opportunities as he makes his mistakes. It's a big difference between him and Dan Quinn, who've been through the fire. And one thing about being genius is when you realize that you take complicated things and make them simple. And I can't help but think about the interview with Moose Johnson back in talking about the '90s Cowboys, and they said that they ran the same run play for Emmett almost every time.
Yep.
Moose Johnson and Nate Newton said that.
Yep.
So Noah Turner was successful, was considered one of the best he's ever had, but he only did what worked, and he was smart enough and wise enough to perfect something that's simple. We've all seen Dak Prescott thrive, and it looks boring, it looks simple, but then when you see the numbers or you see the W's, you see that it can't be stopped. But we saw Kellen Moore playing with things, experimenting with things, letting his ego override that, to where it was causing crucial mistakes for us and setting us back, the trick plays, not taking care of the ball in the last 4 minutes of the half, when we finna get the ball back, experiment, man. We watched the young guy experiment and putting too much of his, he got to test out his theories on the job.
Yeah.
And that's because he got that position too quick.
Yes.
And that's what you see, and I'm going to say this and I'm done. Super Bowls and playoff success is always going to be a reflection of the organization and the functionality of an organization to make common sense moves. And like the guy just said, good off-season moves. It's a display of your front office. And unfortunately, man, it showed that decision cost us this run. Until we began to make just normal, common sense decisions, putting guys in positions who earned it, stopping all this good old boy stuff, promotions and golden boy treatment, we don't continue to fail. Because the NFL is too much parity now to do that. You got to make all the right moves, give people positions that deserve it. Our fan base, think a little bit more. Stop shifting the blame. Stop trying to blame people, putting it all on that. That don't make sense. It don't make sense. You start looking at the organization and the decisions that they're making, because if we keep it real, Philly outdid us in their front office. If we beat Philly this year or San Francisco, it would have been an upset. It would have been our players overcoming front office decisions.
Y'all clap it up, man. That was Anthony Turner, bro. Ooh, you got anything else, bro? This is good. Is he gone? Damn, he gone. Damn, he left. All right. That was a good bet. I hope y'all heard all that. That was, man, clap it up. Clap it up. Now, some of y'all need to stop, bro. See, some of y'all not even right, bro. Like K. Hayes said, the OC got you on that. The Eagles have rebuilt and are back in the Super Bowl with a new coach and QB. Bro, can you first wait till we debate before you vote, dog? Is that how it is, bro? You ain't even hear my counter argument. See, some of y'all, I would never have y'all on the jury, dog, because I see how y'all move. Y'all come in, he innocent. Can we wait? Can we hear the prosecutor? Can we hear from the defense first before you just award your favorite guy? I know the OC y'all favorite. I know, I get it. The OC, he's 6'4", he light skinned, you know what I mean? He's articulate, he got the pretty white teeth, and I'm Oak Cliff Boss Cowboy. I get it. But see, some of y'all already got the wee woo.
Oh, you see this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
So listen, cause see, I'm gonna tell y'all now, y'all and some of y'all, and this yellow skin guy right here is panicking. And I can't wait to set the record straight tonight, because I'm sick of this panicking. I do see that Philly is on its way to the Super Bowl, but it's not for the reasons that y'all think. It is not talent. I'm going to tell y'all right now, talent is not the reason. most of it is I'm gonna give away some of my argument tonight, but hey, it's okay. I'm gonna whoop the OC anyway. But see, talent is not. It's not the talent. It's the commitment of Philly to their identity. It's also, just keeping it real, they also committed to what that caller just said, Anthony Turner. He said when our offensive coordinator became Norv Turner, the 90s Cowboys basically ran the same plays. Did you hear him say that? Did you hear him see that? See, that's what Philly doing today. See, most people ain't even peeped that. So what does Philly do? What does Philly do on all second and shorts, third and shorts, and fourth and shorts? QB sneak. They ain't gonna try to trick you. They ain't gonna try to do nothing different. They just go do what works at a high probability. It's not about sexy. It's not about cuteness. It's not about how many yards they quarterback throw for. They don't care about none of that. It's just about the dub. But we thinking they loaded up to the point it was the load up. You can load up all day. If you load up and misuse what you load up, you still gonna lose. Hold on real quick. What's up, Boss Cowboy? I'm ready to unload the clip. Your phone died the other day. Can you hook me up? Hey, I got you. I got the phones on. Here we go, man. I'm gonna take a couple of more calls. Here we go. I got the phones back on. Let me cue up the. Here we go. But I'm gonna whoop the OC tonight. BossCowboySports. Hold on real quick. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, so I had a couple things I wanted to talk to you about.
Let's go.
So, do you think that Kellen Moore's system is actually the reason why we weren't actually going in on, like, you know, spending big on offensive free agency?
Yeah. I'm certain of it.
Yeah, because I was certain of it too, because it made sense on him saying, oh, my system can do exactly what Shanahan does, but his system doesn't have the seasoning that Shanahan does.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like this. Kellen Moore's like, his offense is like that wife who she just got married and she's still learning how to cook. Shanahan's wife is the wife his office is like that wife that's been through everything. She's 20 years into the marriage and she knows what she's doing.
Ooh.
And that's exactly why his system is so, it's like no matter what he puts in it, it always still comes out successful.
Yes. Right. Mm-hmm. No, I agree with you 100%. What's your name?
It's Lamont. Lamont.
Okay, gotcha, Lamont. All right.
And then another thing I wanted to also say too is I know a lot of people kept saying Tolbert this, Semi Fehoko that, but if they don't realize that now it's a real opportunity for these guys to actually get on the field, it's gonna happen. Because with Kellen Moore's system, it was just too difficult for them to get on the field.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Semi came from. I'm sorry.
No, I'm loving it. Keep going.
Simi came from the West Coast offense when he came from David Shaw and Stanford. So this offense should going to help Simi actually do pretty well. I would say this. I expect Simi to take Noah Brown's spot this coming season, especially with us going into the West Coast offense.
Ooh. Yeah, I can't wait to talk about that. You're already getting ahead of me, bro. I can't wait to talk about that. I love it. I love it. Yeah. What else you got, big dog?
All right.
Oh man, he left. Yeah, go ahead, bro. Yeah. I wasn't rushing you, bro. What else you got?
No, I was gonna say I'm finished, brother.
Okay. All right, man. Well, we appreciate you, Lamont, man. Good call, big dog.
All right.
All right, so check this out, bro, on what Lamont just talked about. So I got another. Now, y'all hear me out. So y'all go hear that debate tonight where I'm going to have to whoop the OC's head tonight. And everybody that's y'all over co-signing Philly, y'all need to stop it, okay? I need to stop it. Like, it's too much. It's just getting kind of out of hand, bro. It's getting kind of like, Getting laughable. We starting the trip. But see, I got this coming up tomorrow. This is where to what Lamont was just talking about. We go dig heavy into what's likely getting ready to happen with Mike McCarthy. So, and I'm titled it, What Can the League Expect with the Absence of Kellen Moore and Rise of Mike McCarthy? Boss Cowboy Sports.
Hey, boss, this is Kelly. What's going on?
It's who?
Yeah, I mean, all you do, you and the OC speak truth to power, straight up. Now, I don't do the research. I'm gonna start doing the research.
Mm-hmm.
So then I would be able to have a cognizant and intelligent response to any debate.
Right.
Flat out.
Yeah, that's how to do it.
If you don't know, like I say, and I'm one of those fans. I'm a fan. I've been a fan since the '70s. That's before Jones even owned this team. And back when Starbuck was the quarterback.
Right.
But I've never professed to know everything about the game. I watch the game. I see how the game is played. I remember how it was back in the '90s. It can be the same in the 21st century. Now, those who want to sit out there and moan and groan and piss and complain and say, well, I know this and I know that, and I'm 155 years old and I've been a Cowboys fan since 1865, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. You ain't a fan, you're a fair weather fan. That's all you are, that's all you're ever going to be. Philly committed to their identity.
Yeah.
Point blank and period. Cowboys haven't done that. And that's what they need to do. Now they got rid of Moore, they got rid of that offensive staff. Now they need to bring in some new blood in there so we can start over again. It's just like starting from scratch. 12-5, 2 years in a row. There's got to be some kind of progress. There has been progress. You go 12-5, 2 years in a row, and then you're going to talk about Dak is trash, but you don't do the research. You don't watch these all 22s. You don't sit here and debate and listen and you listen to the 4-letter network and the 3-letter network, and you sit out there and blah 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 about Stephen A. Smith, listening to him and Acho and Ryan Clark.
Bruh.
Yeah, Stephen A. probably ain't played a down in his life. And them other ones, they've played, but are they playing now? No. All they are is analysts. They're out there to make ratings. They're out there to get the ratings. That's all it's about. But when it comes down to the truth, the hardest pill to swallow is the truth.
Yeah.
If you can't handle the truth, then don't watch the game.
You can't handle the
the
truth.
losses and wins and losses and how the players are playing, don't watch the game. If you're going to sit here and try to debate with you or the OC, I'm waiting for that one. I'm waiting for that one, and I'm going to tune in for that one.
Yeah,
I want to hear this Pier Sixer. Believe that.
Oh yeah, I'm excited myself.
Point blank and period.
Yeah, I'm excited for this fight.
One thing I want y'all to remember: these guys is for real. They speaking truth to power. And how about them Cowboys? And I ain't gonna be too many more of them punk bitches.
Y'all clap it up, man. Clap it up. Oh, that was a good call, man. That was a good call. I'm so happy these phones are back. Oh, the phones are back. Woo, man, I love it because this is the favorite part, man, when I start hearing from y'all. Because, see, y'all always take the show to another level. I love it. I promise y'all do. It's dope. It's dope because y'all so smart. Lamont was smart. Anthony was smart. I forgot to get that gentleman's name. He was smart. Like I get so much from listening to y'all. Oh man, listen, the OC, he's so ready to fight. Listen, y'all. Let me go ahead and tell you, the OC, he ain't gonna play forever, Dave. Listen, he just want to fight. He talking about the truth shall set you free, bro. If you don't sit yourself down somewhere, bro, OC, that's all you want to do is fight, bro. Listen, people want to hear answers. They don't want to just see a bunch of fighting dogs. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just messing with you. No, I can't wait. But now we gonna get down to this because I completely disagree. Now, on some things, I do feel like the OC already made some really, really good points on this video. So I'm never gonna fight when he clearly telling the truth. When he clearly telling the truth, I'm gonna go ahead and take my bullet. But some of it,
Oh, hell no.
We gonna have to get this right, dog. We gonna have to get this all the way right. Man, I can't wait. So this is another though. I was getting ready to talk about this. Y'all look forward, because likely me and the OC go also dig into what can the league expect. See, not that many really people talking about this. This is what now, we go fight and we go through the hypothetical debates and all that. That's fun, haha, cute. But when me and the OC get on this is real football talk. When we talk about what is likely getting ready to happen when Mike McCarthy is the official guru without Kellen Moore, and I'm telling you, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be real good. So y'all come back tonight. Y'all make sure y'all come back 8 o'clock Central. It's gonna be a fight. That's exactly what it's getting ready to be. Oh, Kay Hayes, you a lady? My fault, Kay. I didn't know you was a lady. Okay. I'm so sorry, Kay. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I never saw a picture by your profile. So Kay Hayes just seemed to be a guy. I shouldn't have assumed that. I apologize, Kay. But I now understand why you riding with the OC now. I understand. Because, see, some of y'all think the OC cute. You know what I'm saying? He ain't nothing to me. He looked like a dog to me. If it was a dog that was sitting right next to the OC, I would be like, twin. So listen, it's gonna get a little nasty tonight. It's gonna get a little bit. It's gonna be nasty because I'm sick. I'm really sick. Y'all going way too far on this Philly stuff. We gonna give Philly what they deserve, but come on now, we gotta set the record straight. Y'all going way too far. Way too far. And also, let's do it again. Like, we set a record yesterday. We obviously appreciate the record. We set a record yesterday on likes. We did. We had an amazing amount of likes. Our shares was okay, but the likes was fantastic. Y'all really showed us a lot of love on the breaking down of the lessons to learn from Kellen Moore. So yeah, let's keep that up, because that's what's growing this channel. And it's growing with quality. That's what I love about this channel. It's not about being super fast growing, but the quality of people in here are good, because y'all come in and y'all stay. Y'all don't come in and you leave, you stay. That's why we have so many people that watch us live. We have the best sub to live ratio in the game. And that's saying a lot. It's something about what we're doing that's causing people to lock in once they really start understanding the flow and the style of the OC and myself. And I'm gonna be first to say that it does take a while to get used to. It does take a while to get used to, because the OC and I, we're very aggressive on what we believe. But then y'all start seeing really that we really truly trying to win. And once people catch on to that, they fall in love with this channel. Common Sense Lab said, OG, if our voice matters, when will the proper time to tell the truth about why the Cowboys don't make... Hold on real quick. Let me go back in. Let me go pull your super chat, all of it, because I want to read this. Tell the truth about why the Cowboys don't make the moves needed. Steven Jones and Jerry don't have contracts. I mean, okay, Common Sense, call in and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it, because that sounds like a very high level discussion. And listen, y'all, I ain't gonna lie. Common Sense, one of my favorites, man. See, I do be having favorites up here. I ain't gonna lie. Some of y'all my straight up favorites, cause I like how y'all support, but y'all still challenge. I love that. That's good balance. Y'all support the channel, but y'all don't bop the OC, or y'all don't bop me. That's how Common Sense is. He not gonna be a bopper. He go agree sometimes, but then sometimes he disagree. I think that's a healthy balance of supporters, because then we can push each other, you know what I mean, and challenge each other till the truth comes out. And Queen said, Loving all the content with this channel, boss. I appreciate it, Queen. And we got a lot coming, man. Listen, it's a lot. Matter of fact, we pushed back some content because of this breaking stuff. So we overstocked on what we gonna be talking about. And then my boy 43 Flex, he's an OG. He also, I ain't gonna lie, one of my favorites. I ain't gonna lie, 43 Flex been one of my favorites. He said, just showing love, appreciate the grind. Yeah, bro, I appreciate you too, big dog. So let's continue to move the nation. Some people are truly waking up to the fact that our voice really do matter. I've always knew it, but it's known even more after this year. You should definitely know that your voice matters. So let's continue to organize. Oh man, hold on real quick, dog. See, listen, bro. The OC, you want this smoke, bro? You go get it. He said you go bark tonight. Man, we go see homeboy. Yeah, we go see homeboy. I'm sick of this. See what y'all doing. In terms of me,
Run it up.
Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters.
Y'all come back tonight, man. We gonna be bringing you
Another one. Bring it real back. He be speaking his mind. That boy with the shit.
Yeah, cause I gotta speak my mind. I know y'all mad. But man, y'all going too far. Straight up.
Another one.
Yeah, y'all come on tonight. Check out the OC's video too. Yeah, he did good on that video, man. Y'all make sure y'all check it out.
Boss Cowboy Sports.
So we gonna be back. Y'all come back 8 o'clock Central. Who builds a team better, Will McClay or Howard? Y'all go watch the OC get